Witchcraft. Some people are just scared by the word.
Yeah.
Some people think that it's all dark and evil, but it doesn't have to be.
Most of it isn't.
Right. Yeah, we're going to talk a little bit on this episode about what witchcraft truly is.
What it is now.
Yeah.
And what it was then. Like, it's all...
Yeah. And how divination is also not dark and evil.
Exactly. Okay, you ready?
Ready.
Set.
Let's go.
Let's go. Jello, I'm Ash.
And I'm Lynn.
And this is Only If You Can Keep Up. Okay. It's all you, boo-boo.
Okay, so if you look up witchcraft, it's going to say, like, the practice of magic, the use of spells. It even says something like, especially for evil or something. Maybe people thought that back then, you know. But now, not even just now, always. Witches are not all dark. We're not... When you say, I'm a witch or I practice witchcraft, people don't understand what you're saying.
They think you worship the devil. They
Right.
think you sacrifice animals. They think you... Because that's what they were taught.
Right.
That's
And
what
I'm not saying... There are people out there who do that. But just...
Oh, 100%. And that's...
But there are evil people who do dark things who are not witches.
Every human does a dark thing. I mean,
Right.
like, not every, but there are people everywhere that do horrific fucking things.
Right. Most people like myself who consider... I would consider myself, I don't know, a spiritual practitioner or I don't know what you want to call it. There's so many words for it. But we're about helping and healing and working with...
Nature.
Yeah, working with nature, working with the elements, working with our intuition, and it
is honestly, if you break down like what you do, like what we do, like you do it more than I do, 100%. Like, but when you break it down, like it is the most peaceful,
It is.
light
Yep.
experience. Like nothing is dark.
Right.
It literally is what you feel, what you smell, what you think, how you react, how you...
It's really just being connected with earth and being connected with the elements and using your intuition, using your intention and your personal power. Now, some people can use it for bad. I'm not saying I've done bad stuff, but I have used my intention to protect people I love. So maybe that could come off in a different way.
And some people do bad things and do the sacrifices. And that's not what this is, though.
Yeah. Any type of intention I set or spell that I do, I always put, harm to none. I don't want anyone to be hurt. I don't want anyone, But, so the thing about witchcraft, some people think it's a religion. It's not. It's a practice. Anyone can be a witch. Any religion, you can be a witch. I know I know people who are Christians who are witches. I know people who aren't religious at all. I mean, it's just a practice, and people always connect Wiccans with witches. A lot of Wiccans are witches, but not all witches are Wiccans.
What's the difference between a Wiccan and a witch?
So Wicca is actually a religion. It's there's pagan is kind of an umbrella term, but Wiccan is a pagan religion. And most of them do practice witchcraft, but they're more set. They have more specific rituals and reads and rules that they follow. Where there's all kinds of pagan religions, there's all kinds of religions, and any of them can practice witchcraft. But I think because a lot of witches are Wiccan, a lot of people associate it with that. But yeah, it's a specific religion, and I don't consider myself, I don't follow a specific religion. I'm open to everything, so I kind of work a little bit of everything into my practice. I grew up going to different churches. I'm open-minded to everything. I believe in a higher power. And that's what people think, oh, we're dark and we don't believe in God, or we don't. Most of us, especially those of us who do spiritual work, we do believe in a higher power. We do believe in an energy that's bigger than ourselves. And we want to work with it to heal. And when people think of spells and magic and incantations and charms and all that. There is no difference in a spell than a prayer. Like, really, lighting a candle and saying a prayer, or lighting a candle and writing your intentions out for a spell, it's about the same. You're setting your intention. You're asking for guidance.
Excuse me. I'm pretty sure it is 100% the same thing.
It really, really is. Like, to me, it is all the same.
It's a different form of praying or a different form of intentions.
Just another name for it, really.
But just like you saying, I hope Billy gets better.
Yeah.
Praying.
Yeah.
I can also write that or feel that.
Right.
And I'm not necessarily praying, but I'm putting the intention that Billy gets better, just like you are praying.
Yeah. It's all about intention. And, like, there is power in energy, and we are all energy. We are all connected. Everything on this planet and in this universe is connected through energy. So when you think about the thoughts, your thoughts, your actions, everything. I mean, talk about the law of attraction or quantum physics or whatever you want to call it. What you think about, you attract. What you do becomes your regular. It's all about your mind and your intentions and your intuition and picking up on feelings. And a lot of us are empaths, we're very sensitive to energy, and we feel what people are feeling, and we pick up on things in a room, and we work with that too. Okay, so a little bit about, so some people would say witches. Some people call themselves healers, or like light workers, or there's just so many words for it. There's like mysticism and spiritualism, and the list goes on, but it's not like, there doesn't need to be a label. It's just, I like to work with nature. I like my herbs and my oils and my flowers, and I have dried herbs hanging everywhere, and I've got rocks everywhere. Yeah. My crystals, my candles.
They're beautiful too.
Yeah, I like to work with nature. I like to work it into my intention work, my spell work, my little jars and my charm bags and all that. If I'm putting together what you'd call a spell, it's really just using like nature's energy and my own energy to make something happen, or to make something better, or to help someone or heal something.
To put the intention that they get better. Or
and
to
I
put
don't
the
need
intention.
those tools and ingredients, but I feel like they give it a little boost, especially when you're connecting with earth and the elements. And a lot of witches have an altar, and some people worship different deities and worship different gods and goddesses. Or some, just like me, my whole house is kind of my altar. I have little areas where I'll do my tarot readings, or little areas where I'll set up my spell, but I've got my candles and everything everywhere. So, like, my husband calls over my sink, I have what you call like a fake window. I don't have a window in my kitchen. It's just like a blank wall of tile. So I have all my dried flowers and herbs hanging there, and he calls it my plant cemetery. But he's getting just as into it as I am. He brings me in things from the garden, and he gets the mortar and pestle out and starts making different salts.
Remember that one time he crushed that lavender for us into that fine fucking powder?
Yes.
Like, I still have some lavender powder. Like, this shit is powder.
He's so good. He likes to make the black salt for me, because sometimes I have RA, so sometimes my hands cramp up, and he'll put eggshells in there and he'll make charcoal out in the fire pit, and he'll mix it in with the black salt. Is protective, and it helps like banish and like remove negative energy. So it's a really powerful, it's something I work with a lot, and we make our own herbal blends and oil mixes and things to help heal, like with aromatherapy and things like that. But then we like to do simmer pots, not only to make the house smell good, but to help bring prosperity and positivity. And everything we do it's always, I say we because he has become a witch too. He won't admit it, but he is so much into it. He's got a green thumb. He's kitchen witching all the time, making new recipes. And
that should be like, kitchen you need witching. That on an apron.
Right?
Kitchen witching.
But yeah, there's all kinds of, people say, I'm a crystal witch, or I'm a green witch, or I'm what you call eclectic, I guess. I work with everything.
Are you okay?
My eyes are burning from the fire. Woo! Good Lord. Smoke follows beauty, they say.
The smoke, it just picked, the wind just like picked up, so now we have flames or smoke coming our way.
Woo! Yeah, I work with everything. Herbs, oils, candles, crystals,
The moon.
tarot cards, the moon, the lunar phases, the energy of the elements. You know, a lot of us do work with some form of divination or spiritual connection. And I work mostly with tarot cards. I do automatic writing where I kind of meditate and I ask spirit or source or whatever you want to call it for guidance, or especially when I'm doing readings for other people. Readings, divination. There's all different kinds of divination. There's pendulums and like dowsing. There's
I have dowsing rods.
Yeah, my mom has some of those. They're really cool.
I have a pair.
They're really cool. Have you messed with them much?
Oh yeah. It's fucking weird.
It is. It's wild.
Like, it's insane because okay, a dowsing rod, first of all, is like these, isn't it copper?
I think they can make them with different things. They're usually some kind of metal that,
I thought it was copper for that reason. Because
it might be just
like
copper.
Went to find wells or something like
that,
didn't it?
They can detect water and metals and things in the earth.
Well, it's like, there's a piece of metal that you hold, but then another piece goes inside. So you don't even touch the thing that's moving. They can just move.
Yep.
Like, you can walk around your yard.
It's
they
crazy
will be
to
completely
watch.
fucking straight. Your house, wherever you're walking. And all of a sudden, they just cross.
Isn't it
like,
crazy?
You're not moving. Like, you can stand still. You can ask questions, and they're like, Murr,
yes, my mom and I have done that.
I wish I would have got mine. They're in my bedroom.
We did last fall, and it was spooky season and fire, and it was nice and chilly out. She brought her dowsing rods over, and our neighbors are probably like, "What the fuck are they doing?" But it's kind of like how the pendulum is also dowsing, because it's similar. You're holding it. Maybe it's the nerve endings in your fingers. I don't know, but you're asking questions, and it's pendulum is usually something on a chain or a string. Pretty much anything that hangs that. And actually I have a pendulum board and a pendulum with me, but I might mess with that later. But you can ask it questions, and I'll say, like, show me a yes, show me a no. And
it'll spin one way or the other way, and then,
It's really weird how it works. You're not moving, but it's moving. It's so crazy. Like, your arm's completely still. And you're just holding it with your fingertips.
I've done it before with, like, several people, and, like, the whole point of it was to get it to go as fast as we could. Yeah. So we all put the energy in there, and that thing was going so fast. I mean, it wasn't like a propeller fast, but it was a good speed.
It is amazing how, when you combine energy, how much, like... Yeah. Well, it's like if you're ever in a room with a lot of people and you realize how hot it's getting. That's, I mean, body heat, yeah, but that's energy, too. Like, energy it's everything. Yeah, I mean,
You sounded like the Cookie Monster.
It's a Cookie Monster. Energy is everything. I eat energy.
Don't eat energy.
I need some energy.
Me too.
But yeah, there's tarot cards. Obviously, I work with those. There's oracle cards, which are kind of like, but they're a little more, each one's different. There's the Lenormand, which is a lot like tarot, but a little more straightforward. You've got tea leaf readings, you've got scrying. Some people use crystal balls, some people use fire and water and mirrors, any reflective surface. Astrology, numerology, all of that's divination. It's all just kind of working with the unknown and, energy that isn't within us. It is within us, but it's also from the outside at the same time. I mean, there's all kinds of divination. There's runes. I have runes that I'm still kind of learning those, and there's like charm casting. I do readings sometimes where I pick charms, or I do want to learn like palmistry and teach. I would love to do tea leaf readings.
I think palmistry is cool.
It's very cool. Really, I have some books on it, but I haven't, like, tarot is something for me that I just kind of, it came naturally to me. My mom bought me my first deck years ago, and it just like I instantly connected with tarot. And it came easy for me. Whereas, like, runes, I love them. I think they're really cool. But it takes me a while to, like, sit down and figure it out. And, like, palmistry is the same way. I think it's so cool. But I'd really have to focus.
One of those things you really want to learn one day.
Yeah. The one I use the most is automatic writing, where I just kind of sit down, zone out, and just write what comes to me. And there's, like, bibliomancy, where you, like,
What is that?
Where you, like, use a book and, like, pick a book, and then you flip to a random page, and then whatever your intuition takes you to is
I've never
the
heard
message.
of that one.
Yeah, I do that sometimes for fun. Just, like, I'll grab a book next to me, like, what do I need to hear right now? I'll just open to a random page, close my eyes, and I'm like, oh, that's interesting. And then I always, I do it with the radio too. I'll be like, okay, radio spirits, what do I need to hear today? And I'll turn on every morning when I'm driving my kids to school. There's this lady on one of the stations and she's like, it's time for our morning mindfulness. And she reads these affirmations and I'm always like, how did she know I needed to hear that? This morning it was like, I've got this. I am powerful. I am so much more than I think like, it was just like what I needed to hear because I was feeling down. And now, like, I don't know. I love that. Or when a song comes on, I'm like, that's exactly what I needed to hear. I'm like, okay, spirits, thank you for that. But I also get to where I'm like looking for messages and
I just
everything.
want to compare something real quick without like really comparing. That could also be like what someone who goes to church says and hears the pastor say.
Right, exactly.
Right.
And to them that is, because it is, to them that is their divination. That's that God is speaking through their pastor.
Right.
And I've met psychics who are Christian.
Mm-hmm.
I've met psychics who are not. The Christian ones believe God is giving them their gift.
Right.
And the others believe it's coming from wherever, source or the universe or nature. You know, everyone has different beliefs, but it's all the same thing. It's all the same thing. It really is. Like, as long as you're doing your best to help and heal and bring positivity and you're not.
There's a lot of people who don't believe that, though.
Yeah.
That don't believe that witches
because it's become such a negative term, you know, like it's just so stigmatized. And that's why for years I didn't like to use that word. I don't like labels anyway, because I just am what I am. I like what I like. I don't need a name for it. But
I agree.
But I mean, yeah, it's witchcraft. I mean, all witchcraft is working with intention and nature and energy and the elements. And talk about the moon. Oh my gosh, that moon is full tonight.
It is.
And we have a fire going. And for those of you that don't know much about the lunar phases and working with moon magic is a big thing for me, just like candle magic and moon magic. So, on a full moon is the perfect time to release things that are no longer serving you, to clear out energy that, you know, you just get rid of things, to declutter, to cleanse, to release. And one of my favorite things to do, and it's very simple, when there's a full moon, I like to just write down on a piece of paper the things that are stressing me out, the things that I need to let go of, and I'll either burn it or I'll shred it up into little pieces and flush it down the toilet. You know, if I can't get outside to have a fire or whatever, I'll let the water carry it away. But some way for the elements to take away those burdens and those stresses and those negative things in your life. Full moon is great for releasing. And a lot of people like to charge, because the energy of the full moon is so strong. And people like me, we believe that energy is powerful. And people who work with crystals, you can charge your crystals up, make them more, you know, crystals are known to have spiritual benefits and healing benefits. And anyone who works energy healing or Reiki or any of that will tell you crystals are a big part of my life. I carry crystals around everywhere with me.
You have one around your neck right now.
Yep, I got a rainbow moonstone. I need a little balance today. That's a good one. And it's Labradorite, so it's got some shimmer to it. And I got it in one of my macrame necklaces that you made.
Oh, did I make that?
I need to get some more of those, because I want one for like all my favorite crystals.
It comes in 3 colors.
I need about 10 of each so that I can just have them ready to grab.
I actually have several made because of that thing we did. Yes. And like nobody's ordered them at all. So I do have more.
I definitely want some more, because I'm always changing this one out.
Yeah.
Yeah. I really like it.
So what is manifesting?
So manifesting is when you make something happen. You want it, you will it, you got it. Kind of like Ariana Grande. I want it, I got it. I want it, I got it.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
You know that song?
No.
Is it 7 Rings?
I don't listen to the radio.
It's like from years ago. Whoops.
I don't
got
care.
Caught in my cord.
I don't listen to... I don't know. I plug my little phone into my aux in my car, and I click playlist play, and it's always the same fucking playlist.
I do too. But this one, It's a fun song. You'll have to look it up sometime.
No. It sounds too upbeat for me. It's okay.
But yeah, it's pretty much
Okay.
like willing into existence what you want. Call it law of attraction, call it manifestation.
Call it praying.
Yeah, if you think about something enough, you put your energy and focus into it enough, you can manifest it. You can make it happen, make it appear in the physical world. I'm not saying like twinkle your nose like Samantha and, oh, I'm going to get that $1,000 I need right now. It's going to show up. No, you still got to put in the work. You still got to be aware of like opportunities that are coming your way, opening doors. But any money spell I have done has always worked. Always. Always, always, always.
Even if you just got a $5 check or something. Yeah.
It usually comes in small amounts. Like,
right.
I did a new prosperity bowl a few nights ago. When was that? I think it was during Maven. And it, like the next day, I'm getting lots of orders. I'm getting, my husband got a gift card from work for his birthday, and then he got some birthday money from family, and then it was just like a bunch of little things came in over the next couple of days, and I was like, look at me go. But it's really just about like thinking about what you want and being like aware of it, being like, and then being open, because I feel like I block myself from stuff a lot when I'm stressed, when I'm chaotic in the mind and I'm not being mindful and I'm not in the moment. I'm blocked from all the good opportunities that are out there. So I think taking the time to sit down and think about what I really want, it opens up those doors. So
So like, I don't do half of the stuff you do. Like, I have tarot cards, you know that, and like I have candles, and I always try to ground on a full moon. I will walk outside, even in the cold.
Taking my shoes off right now.
The dead cold of might have been off all night. In the dead cold of winter, like even in the middle of, I will still try to put my bare feet on the ground, even if it's for 1 second during a full moon, just because I feel like that energy is there, and you can really fucking feel it. But like manifesting, like I can't manifest money.
Oh yes, you can.
Money? No. Like I've tried. It doesn't work for me.
Maybe not with money as much. I feel like you could, but you do it with objects. You'll be like, I'm going to find a blah, blah, blah. And then the next day, like, what the fuck?
It's not the next day. Like,
well, you know,
certain things.
Pretty
like,
quickly.
Okay. A couple of years ago, was it last year or the year before? I don't know. We had a boxer and he passed away. Yeah. And we were not going to get another dog, but I told my husband, I want another boxer. You know, actually, he wanted the boxer, and I finally gave in, you know, because I miss my puppers, you know. And out of nowhere, like,
it wasn't until just recently, though, the last few months, you started saying, I'm gonna find a boxer. It's gonna show up. It's just gonna be the right time. And when you started saying, it was like, boom.
That noise is wind. It just got a little windy.
I think all our candles are gonna go out.
Yeah, I'm sorry. We're outside. There's no way I don't know how we could block that either. So that is
I'll wrap my arms around the microphone.
I know we could do that. But anyway, I started, I don't know. I knew within my soul at one point I was going to have another boxer.
Yeah.
I didn't know when. I didn't know what color, breed, anything. Not breed. I knew it was going to be a boxer.
But you visualized it, right? Because visualization is a big thing.
I didn't visualize. I just fucking woke up one day and said, I'm going to have a boxer again one day. Like, that was it.
Knew it.
I just knew
that confidence of that.
And then it's not me being confident. It's my brain saying, hey, guess what? You're going to have a boxer.
Almost more like a premonition, you think?
I don't know how to explain it.
Yeah.
Like, and then now we have my puppy, my sweet little puppy.
The best.
And it just came out of nowhere. It came in a time where we had extra money to get her because boxes ain't cheap.
Right place, right time kind of thing.
Exactly. Yeah. And it's just like moving out here.
Yeah.
We always knew we wanted the country. That's not the thing. But it's like, this specific place, it's like we knew we were going to be here. Yeah. Like, our relationship started right there next door.
That is so wild. I can't get over that.
My next door neighbor is where I first lived with my husband. Then he wasn't my husband, but that was our first place.
That is so crazy. And I didn't realize that.
Like, and it's not even like 20, or it's probably about 50, 100 feet away. I don't know. He's not that close, but right there.
That is so crazy.
And now we're right next door. And I grew up 2 houses down.
Yeah.
Like, I knew, like, even as a teenager, that I was going to end up here. Like, it's not this specific house, but like,
almost like you were just drawn to it. Like,
it's weird, and I
Sorry,
call it manifesting, but it might be
Yeah.
something else because I do it with other stuff too. Like,
It could be
I
more
don't
of
even
a
can't even think of anything. Oh, like my computer. I've wanted an iMac forever. I've wanted one, and
Yeah.
I knew one day I'm gonna get one. It's just gonna happen when it happens.
Well, they say
and then
it's
it comes.
that confidence of knowing, but you say it's not confidence that you just know.
I just fucking know.
It's that sure, like almost like you want it bad enough that you just know. You just know you're gonna get it.
Yeah.
So maybe
But
you just
it's always a reasonable thing. It's never
Yeah.
and I might not get it for like this house was probably years.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's just like, yeah, that'll happen one day.
But also
until that
you're
day.
constantly you're always aware of it that you want that situation.
It just
but
pops in my head every now and then.
You're open to things too. So
Right.
you're paying attention to opportunities, you're paying attention to things you see, so you're not going to pass up. I don't know. I think it's still manifestation. It's
I think it's just a
they say if you want something bad enough, you visualize it in your mind and you think about it, but to you all you had to you just
I
knew.
don't think
You
about
just-
it.
It's like you knew before you tried to manifest it.
I knew before I even thought about
Yeah.
it. Like it's just like I know that's going to fucking happen.
Yeah.
Like it's really weird and
It's almost
different.
more like premonition type stuff.
But I don't see it. I don't visualize it. I don't even think about it. It's just like fucking like I'll be walking down the hallway and be like, yeah, I'm getting a boxer suit. Like, you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
it's just
Like you
I
feel
don't know
you feel it
how
coming.
to explain. I know I block a lot of stuff because I already have a very busy brain
Yeah.
and I don't think I can add any more. Like I
I
used
always
to
think
be
that too. I block it during the day, but when I do tune in, it brings me so much peace.
See, I can't tune in and out. Once I tune in, I'm in for a while, and sometimes it's more than what I can handle.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I try my wall is so high right now with all that. I don't even
Yeah.
like I'm open. I'll sit and I'll do a spirit box reading, or if
Yeah.
tonight we do something for the full moon, I'm all in, but
Yeah.
I'll still be blocked. Like I'm
Yeah.
not. I just can't.
Yeah.
My brain's too
It is.
much.
It's hard to like manage it. Mine is too. But I've learned over the last several years how to like almost compartmentalize. I guess.
Yeah, you
like,
have the
I can-
ability to.
I can shut it
yeah.
off and on. Because for a couple years, I really, really struggled. Like my anxiety was so bad.
I was gonna say, did it mess with
Always
like your
having
anxiety
panic
and stuff?
attacks.
I bet.
Yeah, I was so
Yeah.
overstimulated all the time. My ADHD was off the wall. Like because I didn't know how to shut it off. I didn't know how to like process my own mind with things I was picking up and the things that I wanted to do.
Right.
Like, but yeah, I've learned how to like work it into daily stuff, like stirring my coffee, stir my good intentions into my coffee, taking my shower. I'm cleansing away the negativity with my like I work it into my daily things. And then when I'm doing readings or I'm connecting or meditating, I make special time for that. And it's just that. Like, it's really hard because, like earlier, I told you I have a reading I'm supposed to do tomorrow, but energy's coming through strong. And I'm trying to, like, shut
Block
it
that
down.
out.
I'm
Right.
trying really hard. But since I am kind of in tune right now, and we're talking about witchy stuff, I'm open right now. And I
Right.
can't block it because all I want to do is sit down and, like, write down what's coming to me. But I want to fully focus on it. So I will push it aside and I will wait until tomorrow when I have time.
Do you ever wait and then it doesn't come later?
Sometimes, yeah.
Like,
Sometimes.
I keep hitting the table. I gotta scoot back. I need the emotional support scrunchie today, but I don't have
I've got
so-
one. You
Of
need it.
course you do. No, it's fine.
Nighttime is my time to show. I know we record at night a lot, but this is like probably the latest we've ever recorded.
It's only 11:45.
Yeah, we've not recorded that late though. We've recorded into like what, maybe 9 or 10 p.m. But and outside it helps.
I think the outside is what's making it.
the
like,
outside helps me
perfection.
because I feel like I can stretch out if I need to.
Yeah.
I don't feel claustrophobic, whereas normally we record in a small room,
Right.
And I feel like I can't sit still. I can't sit
I guess
still.
we should have said at the beginning of the episode, like we did the other one
Oh,
earlier.
yeah.
We're outside. There's a fire going. There's bugs. There's crickets. There's ducks. There's right now. Those are frogs you're hearing. Yeah, those are the frogs in my pond.
The goats have been
We
quiet.
wanted to do the what?
The goats have been.
They're
quiet.
always quiet at night.
Really?
Yeah. Usually they're asleep. They
I don't
don't.
know much about goats.
Yeah. Like we really don't hear them. My neighbor has goats. I do not have goats yet. So,
Yet.
but he has a lot of goats, and they're beautiful and so sweet. Well,
They're
some of them
so
are sweet.
funny.
They're hilarious. I swear they yell "mom" all the time. They're like, "Man."
My daughter said that her friend's neighbor has goats and that one of them, they must be smarter than I realized. She said that one of them fakes a limp. They call him the faker because he limps he pretends to limp when he sees people, and then when he goes for his food, he just runs, and like it's no problem. But when a person comes up, he pretends he has a limp every time. I'm like, I didn't know goats could do that kind of stuff.
We completely went left field off of witchcraft. Okay, so let's get back to it. ADHD at its finest. What else you got?
Oh my gosh, I could talk about it all night. Like,
maybe not all night.
Okay, so everything is witchcraft. Gardening, like growing your herbs and your flowers and tending to your garden and just walking outside and feeling the air and seeing the stars and the moon and the...
I think you can make it witchcraft if you take a minute to...
I guess mindfulness is
enjoy it and appreciate it for like simply doing the little things.
Yeah, because I don't think of it, oh, I'm doing witchy stuff. I don't always think that. Like,
right.
But I say my witchy woo-woo stuff, but to most people, I don't call it that. Like, I have a lot of very religious family, and my in-laws are they're all very supportive. They know how I am, but they know I'm not a bad person, that what I do is good. But I don't say I'm a witch to them. I don't go around talking about being a witch because I don't consider, like, it's just me and it's just who I am, or whatever Eminem says. But I just I like to garden. I like my rocks. I like my oils.
Bam,
and my
you're
candles.
A witch.
And But then I look and I'm like, I know a lot of people who do, and they don't realize that what they're doing is more powerful than they, you know, their big beautiful gardens and all their, you know.
Oh my God, I hit it again.
But it's all about connecting and being mindful and it's hard sometimes with the way the world is right now, like how chaotic and overwhelming everything is, to take time to meditate or to be mindful or to ground. Or
I think it's hard now. Like, it's becoming more mainstream, essentially. It really is. But
I've noticed the last few years especially.
To do it truthfully, it's hard right now because everyone has an opinion about everybody else right now.
Yep.
It doesn't matter the situation. And I'm sure some people listening to this right now are going to think they're fucking nuts.
Yeah. Well, if you think that, you shouldn't have clicked on the witchcraft episode.
Yeah,
so.
Seriously. But just, it's hard because you can't be your true self anymore.
And that's why I figured Halloween was a good time to get into it, because it's more everybody's a witch during Halloween.
Exactly.
Like in Hocus Pocus and all the Halloween decorations. And I'm like,
Hocus Pocus.
Like, bitch, you're just in my house all year long.
I don't like Hocus Pocus.
I'm not a gatekeeper by any means.
Like
I'm not one of those gatekeepers. It's like, you can't do what I do. No, I'm like, the more the merrier. Like, I want everybody to feel
I wish people just understood that it's not bad.
Right.
Like, once again, people do bad with everything.
Right.
So don't.
But there's plenty of.
There's more good than bad in it. 100%.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I know bad Christians.
Exactly.
I'm sorry, but I do.
I've met a lot of very
amazing Christians. You know what I mean? Same with Catholics. You can choose a religion.
Yeah.
I know horrible humans who have done horrible things. That's said religion.
Exactly.
But then I know the most saint-like humans that are the same religion. It's the same thing. Just.
Yep. It really does.
It really just has that bad name because of its past. Because of the past. Literally, that's why. Yeah. Because of the past.
Yep.
It's ridiculous.
When you get into, like, folk magic and all the, like, I mean, it's all healing shamans and all that, like, it's all so amazing. Like, it's just working with nature and working with the universe and the energy around you, and it's all good. I know you can use it for bad. Yes, I very much could go do a hex or a curse or whatever, but I don't want to do that. I could do it, and it'd probably be powerful as fuck, but I don't want to do that.
Get it, girl.
But
no,
maybe
that
that scares people, probably, knowing that I know that when I put my energy and focus on something, that it's going to be strong. And I think that confidence going in is what makes it that way. And it could be that way with something negative, but I choose for it not to be.
But
so there's a difference with
Billy. Billy is my new name. I don't know why. Billy over here could be the greatest Christian ever and put all his energy into murdering his wife.
Exactly.
But he doesn't.
Exactly.
It's the same fucking. Oh, I mean, obviously, I'm not comparing murder to witchcraft, but I'm just saying something bad.
Yeah.
In another religion. versus in this one.
It's all
it's
just
not okay in this one.
People not understanding. That's
exactly,
all it is.
But it's
they
okay
just don't
in that one.
They're not familiar with it. They're not comfortable with it. They don't understand it.
And that's kind of what this episode turned into being. Like, it's not all bad.
Yeah. I just want, I want people to be more, I know being open-minded is what we wish for everybody, to not judge and to not make assumptions, but really, like, I'm not going to judge every Christian and think that they're all judgmental and they're all a certain way, because I know and love many Christians. I went to church a lot as a kid. I still have a lot of Christian values that I love. Like, there's parts of all religions that I respect and admire. And like I said, I'm eclectic in my practice. I don't have a specific religion because I work it all in together. That's the thing about following your own spiritual path. You can do whatever you want. And it took me so long to realize.
And it doesn't matter what you think or what you think or what you think or what Billy thinks.
All you can do is try to be the best person you can and do what makes you happy, do what brings you peace. And none of the rest matters.
Don't care what your neighbor's doing or how they're doing it. That's a big part of it.
Yeah.
Who cares what I'm doing?
Stay in your lane or whatever.
Exactly.
But I'm always like welcoming.
How do you whelp? How does one whelp?
Well, let me tell you about witchcraft. But I'm always welcoming people. I love to share and teach, and that's a lot of what I do. Is, like I've taught a lot of people how to do a lot of things and that are witchy related, and when it comes to reading, divination, whatever, that's like part of who I am now. Like, the last several years I've learned that, like, this is kind of a gift, sharing this and opening people's minds and making people understand. It's almost a form of therapy, well, it is meditation and divination and feeling connected to something that's, I don't know. I can't explain. I can't even put it into words how much it's helped me.
Right.
Just over the last, I'd say.
And probably helped other people too. Like.
Yeah, I feel like it has anyway. And I've opened so many minds. Like, people who I never thought in a million years would come to me for a tarot reading or would want to buy crystals.
Right.
Or yeah, it's unreal. But that's one good thing about the craziness of the world, is that people are opening up a little bit more, and you
have the ones that are opening, and then you still have the judgmental bastards who
I guess just things there's more awareness and more acceptance
that's what
now
I'm say too,
in general. But
okay, listen, I'm opening a soda. So sorry, because if not, I'm
taking a drink.
I'm gonna choke. I gotta get a drink.
Cherry 7-Up hits. Like, I can't.
I think we say that like every other episode.
I can't.
I got Mountain Dew.
Nothing hits the way
it does. It's so good.
It's so crisp.
Okay, so like, I want to explain my grounding with the moon process.
Yeah.
Like, the one thing I pretty much do, because I have tarot cards, but they're under my bed. Like, I'm.
That's no place for your tarot cards.
Well, they're like in a pretty box. They're like in a really nice box with candles and crystals and stuff. It's not like
they're in a safe place and they're being taken care of. I just meant you need to get them out and play with them.
I do.
But I have plenty of tarot card decks.
I should have brought them out here. But anyway, what I do is I go out under the full moon. I make sure the moon can see me and I can see her. Like, that's a big part of it. It's not like the moon could be behind the clouds and you can still do it. But I will put my bare ass feet.
I'll put my bare ass
feet. Let me tell you something real quick. I am barefoot 99.99999% of my day. Like, even out here, I don't care. Like, I will wear shoes into my chicken coop because I don't want to step on chicken shit.
Right.
But other than that, and I don't go back on the other side of the chicken coop because there used to be a shed there and there's a bunch of old glass and nails. Don't go out there. I don't wear shoes outside. My kid, well, my son does, my middle one, but my youngest doesn't wear shoes outside. My oldest doesn't wear shoes outside. We're a non-shoe family. I do it to be
There is something
grounding.
Different about being barefoot outside.
And my feet, this is totally nothing to do with this. My feet are not, I have earth toes. That's what I call them. They're so wide. It means nothing. Anyway.
Flat-footed.
Yeah, okay. I stand out. I just literally just stand there. And, if someone saw me, they'd be like, the fuck? I just close my eyes and I literally picture the moon filling my head and pushing all of the bad into the earth.
I love
that. And that's all I do. Is I just do it for even 30 seconds.
Yeah.
I say thank you and I walk the fuck back inside.
Yeah.
Like, that's it. And I feel completely renewed.
Isn't it wild?
You feel like, seriously, go outside and try it like tonight or
Yes.
by the time this comes out, it will not
Yeah,
be a
that's
full
true.
moon.
It won't be
But
full
the
moon.
next full moon, it'll be
Yeah.
November.
Or any phase of the moon. If you see it and it's up there and bright and you feel it, go.
Yeah,
I mean,
go stand
the
outside.
full moon's good for releasing. The new moon, the dark, like when it's dark, is good for your manifestation, setting intentions.
You know this better. What's the perfect half moon? Like half a moon. What's that one?
I call it the half moon. I'm not really sure.
Oh, it don't have a phase? No, it don't have a phase.
It'll be waxing soon, and then waning. Sorry.
I used to have a resident.
It'll be waning soon.
I used to have a resident that said the half moon makes you more crazy than the full moon.
Really?
Yes, and she wholeheartedly believed that.
My dad could tell you all the phases because he's a photographer and he
Yeah.
goes out and gets all the phases. I know the phases. I know the waxing, the waning, the full, the new, the dark moon. But I just call it the half moon.
Okay.
My
It could be
favorite
the half
phase of the moon is.
Mine's
Sorry,
full.
my eyes are just dripping from the fire burning my eyes. I love the full moon because it's beautiful and
It's my
enticing.
favorite.
But my favorite is the waxing crescent.
The little tiny
The toenail.
toenail.
I
Yeah.
call it the toenail.
Yeah.
And it's my favorite.
Yeah.
Didn't we say one time we were both born? We looked it up one time. We were both born under a waxing crescent.
I think so. Yeah.
That's my favorite phase.
That must mean something.
I know.
I don't
right?
know. Maybe not. Anyway, so back to the moon. The moon. The grounding of the moon. Wow. The words did not come. It's getting late. Go outside, barefoot. Step on the earth, not the concrete, not the rocks, not the gravel. Step on the earth, the grass, the dirt, and just close your eyes and picture it taking all the bad into the earth and putting all the good into you. And it's amazing. The feeling you get, like, it's so
Really
weird.
is. It's like
maybe
a
it's just
healing
me.
light. Yeah.
I don't know. It feels great.
Because even when I'm like not outside, if I can, I do this thing like if I'm having pain, because I have a lot of autoimmune chronic pain issues. If I'm having a flare up or feeling a certain way, I'll like heal myself from within. I don't know how to describe it, but I imagine this like white light healing like whatever part's hurting me, and it's similar to the moonlight. Like if I'm outside, I'll do the moonlight, but if I'm inside, I'll like imagine this light inside me, just like it works. I'll wake up almost every time the next morning and not hurt anymore. So there is something powerful within us, and everybody has it. And everybody has that connection to...
I think everyone's born with it, and when you're a child, you have it, and then you start to lose it.
Yeah.
And
It's shut down because...
nobody encourages you to keep it.
And for me, like, my mom's very open-minded, and she, like, she taught me everything I know. Law of attraction, like, intuition, like, we would ESP each other. Like, when I was little, she would just, like, we'd call each other in our mind. Like, if she was worried about me, before cell phones and stuff. And I just know that I needed to go find a phone and call her.
Wait, you were alive before cell phones were invented?
Not before they were invented, but before people regularly had them.
You're so old. I'm joking.
I remember, though, when I think it was my aunt had a car phone. And when I was little, I was like, what the heck is that? And then, by, like, high school, cell phones became regular, but... Yeah. I mean, I know they were around. They just weren't, like, where everybody had them. But, yeah, I remember, like, finding a finding a landline at a friend's house to call my mom because I just knew she would say, I was just thinking about you. I was telling you in my head you need to check in. And that time I had a bike wreck when I was little, and I was blocks away. And there's no way she could. I don't remember how I got home. I hit my head so hard, and I don't remember seeing to walk my way home. But she said she started walking the way I was, like, she met me halfway, and she said she heard, Mom, Mom, Mom. There's no way she heard me. It was like blocks away. She just knew. Like, she has this, like, I don't know.
That's the wind again, by the way. Yeah. Sorry.
But everything, like, came, like, having a parent, which my dad is open-minded too, but he's not into this the way he supports it. But, my mom is very, like, she taught me everything I know pretty much. And then, like, she wouldn't call herself a witch.
It was never shut down in your life.
Exactly.
It was always encouraged to
which is what I try to do with my kids.
and,
like, if they, imaginations are there for a reason. Like we've talked about imaginary friends and things like that.
Right.
But yeah, if they're showing signs of being intuitive and like gifted or in any way, like embrace that, because it doesn't mean they're crazy. It means that they probably have a gift and they can help people.
Right.
So it's
later on in life.
Yeah.
Like, yeah,
I feel like I've helped a lot of people. I mean, if nothing else, to bring comfort, and like comfort is a big thing. Like, I don't know, just with a reading, it's a form of therapy, you know?
Right. You get to hear from that loved one.
Yeah.
You get to see.
Or just getting a card pulled that tells you what you needed to hear for that day. Like,
I think it really is a form of therapy.
It
And
is.
a lot of, I don't know, people think it's so
it's
bad.
done more for me than actual therapy has.
Right.
I feel like it has. And I'm not saying, if you have serious issues, please go to therapy. I'm not like saying I'm against therapy. I'm just saying, like, for daily life and daily guidance, I think divination and spiritual stuff is very healing and positive. I just wish everybody could be into it.
I wish everybody could just let people be and let them do it, and don't judge and don't say. And if you don't like it, don't click on it. Don't listen to it. Don't watch it. Don't. Who cares? I probably don't like something you don't like, and it's fine.
Exactly.
We do great. Okay, you about ready to wrap it up?
Yeah, I think I mean, I could talk about it all night, but I'm gonna have to shut it down because it's like, what, midnight?
Pretty close. Yeah,
it's
12:02. Okay, so I forgot what we were doing. Okay, if you need to contact us for any reason, form of anything, if you'd like to tell us about witchcraft and how much you love it or hate it, because I'm sure we'll get some of those.
I doubt they've made it this far if they hate it.
You never know. So anyway,
if you're gonna be a hater, I'll see you later.
Where are you gonna see them at? At the Walmart. Okay.
I'll catch them outside.
You can email us at onlyifyoucankeepup@gmail.com.
And check out our Facebook page.
And we have a TikTok that we try to post to, but don't do it very often.
I'm going to get back to that.
So,
I'm going to. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Thanks for listening.
Thank you. Bye.